Bedtime Reading. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Chapter 1. The Beginning of the Case. It was a beautiful September morning. The sky was blue and the air cool and fresh. The sun shone warmly into the windows of my house on Baker Street in London. I had just finished eating breakfast and was enjoying the day's newspaper. My friend and partner Holmes, who usually slept later than I did, was still eating. A man was coming to see us at 10:30, and I wondered if Holmes would finish eating his boiled egg and porridge before our visitor arrived. But Holmes did not seem to be in a hurry. He was reading a letter. It was from a doctor named James Mortimer, who wanted to meet with Holmes. "Well, Watson," Holmes said to me, "perhaps Dr. Mortimer's case will not be very interesting for us. His letter tells us nothing about his problem, but he says it is very important. I hope that we can help him in some way." At exactly 10:30, there was a knock on the front door. "Excellent," said Holmes. "Clearly, this Dr. Mortimer is a man who will not waste our valuable time." We stood up as a servant brought our visitor into the sitting room. "Good morning, gentlemen," he said. "I am Dr. James Mortimer, from the town of Grimpen in Devonshire. And you must be Mr. Sherlock Holmes." As the two men shook hands, Holmes said, "It is a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Mortimer. This is my friend and partner, Dr. John Watson." "Certainly," said Mortimer, as he turned to me and shook hands. "This strange story I am about to discuss with you is very difficult. If it will help for Dr. Watson to listen to the conversation, then he should stay." Although he lived in the English countryside, Mortimer looked like an educated city man. He was very tall and thin. His gray eyes shone brightly with intelligence, and he wore small, thin golden glasses. However, his clothing was old and worn, like a countryman's. His face was young, but very tired and worried-looking. He took some papers from his pocket and said, "Mr. Holmes, I need your help and advice. There is a strange and frightening mystery that must be solved." "Sit down, Dr. Mortimer," said Holmes, "and tell us about it. Would you like some tea?"